Hello everyone, welcome to another Stand Upright Rebooted video. And in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this stand that I have right now, which is called the King Crimson with an attribute of MANIC. Now what MANIC does is it increases your damage by 10%. And that's it. You just increase your damage. So as you can see here in the stats, your damage has went to 9.9 damage per punch, I guess. And then you got a stand health of 195. Now, the stand health, the barrage length, the stand tier are literally normal. Nothing has changed. This is what an exactly normal King Crimson stats looks like without any attribute. 195 health, its barrage length is 5, and its stand tier is a plus. So now that you know what the MANIC does, and of course a little bit about the stats, let's go ahead and talk about how do you even get a King Crimson with an attribute of MANIC. Now to get King Crimson, you can either use a stand arrow or a charge arrow. Now the percentage of you getting a King Crimson with an attribute of MANIC is going to be 0.05%. That is the percentage of you getting a King Crimson with the attribute of MANIC using a normal stand arrow. Now how about a charge arrow? If I use a charge arrow, will the percentage go up? Yes, it will go up. Now the percentage of you getting yourself a King Crimson with an attribute of MANIC is going to be 0.25% when you're going to use a charge arrow. So now that we're done talking about how to get, or the percentage of you getting your King Crimson with an attribute of MANIC, how about King Crimson himself? You just want to get King Crimson without any attribute. Now on stand arrow, you should be able to get King Crimson 1% without any attribute, and on the charge arrow you should get King Crimson right over there 5%. So it's better to use a charge arrow than a stand arrow to get yourself a King Crimson. So yes, now that we're done talking about that, let's go ahead and talk about the stand's damage and of course the stand moveset so that you can for sure know what you're doing and also know the damage of this stand. So let's start with the left mouse button. As you can see here, it deals 11 damage and critical hit is 15 damage. Now let's go with the right mouse button, which is the power punch. It deals 17 damage. Next one is going to be the barrage hold E, and as you can see here, it deals 5.1 damage per punch, which should last 5 seconds. Next one is going to be the heavy punch. All I need to do is click R. Now as you can see here, it deals 28 damage, and it should also deal knockback and stun. Next one is going to be Epitaph. Now what this does is when you click T, you're going to have like this reddish aura, and then your stand will kind of do like some type of hypnosis. Now what Epitaph does is it will look into somebody or a player's future. For example, this dummy here is the player, and I turned red. You can literally predict the other player's movements, making them unable to hit you, which is really good. Okay? And you will literally donut the attacker. And when that happens, the epitaph will no longer be in effect. So that is pretty nice because then you can dodge and not deal much damage or no damage at all when you are using epitaph. Let's go to the next one, which is going to be the time skip erase. Now what this does is when you click F, of course before you click F, I'd recommend you to put your mouse cursor somewhere, like for example this. When you click F, you're gonna teleport. Now that is what a time skip erase does. It's really useful for running away or catching up to an opponent that is running away from you. Next one and the last one is gonna be time erase. To do time erase, all you need to do is click Z, and what happens is when you click Z and you activate the time erase, you will become invisible to all players for a few seconds, and you will be able to attack other players. So literally you are invincible and invisible at the same time. Because, come on, if they can't see you, they can't hit you. Let's go ahead and do the time erase. Go ahead and click Z, and as you see here, your everything's gonna turn red. You're invisible to everybody. You run a little bit faster, and then you can start attacking them. Which you should be. Should be able to attack them, like literally. But it's only for a few seconds, so use it carefully. In my opinion, I'd use time erase as an opportunity to run away from opponents that I think is very OP and kind of hide inside the stand surge, because I am a I am not fighting a person knowing that they are a lot more powerful than I do. Okay? So yes, that is everything you could possibly use with the King Crimson. Let's go ahead and go to our menu, stand, and see what we can do to make this stand even powerful. And the only thing that we can do right now is just increase the base damage, and it's only 24%. So literally, the only thing that's changed here is the damage, nothing more. So you can't make your time erase longer, unfortunately. This is the only thing that they can give you. Let's start with the left mouse button. As you can see here, deals 13 damage with a critical hit of 18 damage. The power punch deals 19 damage. The barrage deals 6 damage per punch. The heavy punch deals 33 damage. And then the epitaph, it doesn't really deal damage. Then the last one, time skip, does not even deal damage either. And then the last one, which is time erase, doesn't deal damage either. So yes, that should be it for this video. I know it's not like long, but I think that should be literally enough about King Crimson, because it doesn't really offer you a lot. So yes, that should be it for this video. If you have any question about this stand, go ahead and ask me. Any question is available. But that should be it. Thanks for watching, and maybe see you again in the next video.